Let's elaborate a bit on the answer you gave from the perspective of conscience and fairness. Let's also try to explain it further using other points from the Risale Nur. Now, at this point, the issue is actually not as we know it. There are aspects we are unaware of. For example, in the Quran, there is a testimony from the covenant of Alastu, the primordial covenant. Since this subject is very deep and relates to the unseen, for now, let's leave that aside and elaborate on the issue from a rational perspective using the Risale Nur. Now, for someone who says, I did not choose to exist rather than not exist, they first need to know what non-existence actually is. What is the nature of non-existence? It is very difficult to explain what non-existence is to someone who does not know its nature. When we began our answer there, we mentioned a principle. The owner of a property has the right to dispose of it as he wishes. This principle is very important. It is Allah who created man. Man is a created being. He did not create himself. In no way can he claim any existence of his own. There is someone who made him. Therefore, the one who made him, the owner of that property, acts as he wishes with his property and is accountable to no one. Indirectly, when creating man, he does not do so according to man's desires, but according to the manifestation of the Creator's infinite knowledge and wisdom. In other words, if there is a 0.1% share that concerns the created being, 99% pertains to the Creator. Just as an artist does not ask the painting he creates, because he is expressing his art in the painting. There are many wisdoms and benefits that pertain to the artist. The share that concerns the painting itself may be just 1%. He acts not according to human knowledge, but according to his own infinite knowledge and wisdom, his boundless knowledge and wisdom. For example, when a doctor gives you a medicine you may not like, you might object to it, but he treats you not according to your knowledge, but according to his own knowledge. It is obvious how meaningless it is when you object to this. In other words, no matter how much a person says I, in reality, he does not own himself. He did not create himself and does not govern himself. He does not have control either. He has not done anything himself. Just as he did not make the organs in his body, he also does not sustain the life of those organs himself. He has no share in providing all the necessary cells and nutrients for those organs. For this reason, a person cannot take ownership of himself. Therefore, the ownership belongs to Allah. He disposes of his property as he wills. This is an unchanging rule. Now, if we consider this question in the light of truth, this question is already a wrong question. In fact, it is not even a question, it is an objection that the ego presents as if it were the truth. The question says, I did not choose to come into existence, or I was not asked about coming into existence. If we think about it a little, the emptiness beneath the question will become apparent. You did not exist. How can we ask a question to someone who does not exist? Therefore, you did not exist in the first place. It is not possible for someone who does not exist to have a say in this matter, and only someone who knows both existence and non-existence can make a choice between the two. In other words, here, someone who knows existence and non-existence on your behalf, who knows their nature, chooses existence for you over non-existence.